All right, 9.4a, the gear puller, pulley puller, has a few more components, but I think, based on how we do this and how we choose our features, our operations, is going to make this a lot simpler. So when I look at this, we want to insert the spindle base at the origin, inserting components, coincident concentric, distance, angles, and some parallels. So we'll see where they're putting in the parallels, but let's go ahead and fly this out, and we'll bring in the first part. So still in inch, pounds, and seconds. We'll open up the assembly, and we're going to browse to the spindle base. I guess it would help to get into the right folder. Spindle base, and go ahead and bring that in as it is set at the origin. So, all right, so they're saying the very top RZ, center of mass X0, Z0. So everything being pretty much symmetrical, and we're going to be at the base. So we're going to use this one if we need to set up a coordinate system, because it seems like the origin would be down here. That is not really detailed in here anywhere, so again, making the assumption, but we'll see what kind of numbers we get, and we'll deal with it when we get to that point. So let's go ahead and bring in, looks like the main body. We'll go ahead and place it. I could have gone ahead and rotated it, but I didn't. So it looks like it's going to be situated more along those lines, but since it's kind of cylindrical, well, I guess we could use one of the planes. So the front plane is going that way, right plane's going that way. See, looking at it from the top and the right plane, so control selecting the right planes and making those coincident. That looks pretty much like the picture. And then the last one will be to go with the distance of 2.5 inches from the bottom of the hex. All right, so we get those in place. Distance 2.5. We'll go ahead and accept that. The next piece, I think they're going to be the same. So let's just kind of look through the assembly. So we have the holders, and then the jaw. Yeah, so I think we're going to end up with 2 of the holders, and I'm just going to build this in an order that makes sense, or at least is kind of habit, in that typically, and notice I'm slipping into the select control select, so let's undo a couple of those. All right, so this is able to come in. Let's go concentric first, and really it doesn't matter if you pick coincident first. Make sure that you're zoomed in enough that you can see these faces. Hold the control select, go into coincident, and then the last one will be to set the angle, which is going to select control select. We go over to the angle, and that is set to 165 degrees. All right, so don't like which way that one went. Let's reverse it. Let's flip the mate. All right, by hitting the combinations of the mate alignment and flipping the dimension, it's going to get there eventually. All right, so where we're actually going to use the parallel then is I am going to select the part, hold down the control, and drag in another instance. Let go of the mouse button, let go of the control button. All right, so we can go concentric and do not lock the rotation. Pick the face, rotate around, control button, coincident. And no, we don't want to flip any of the alignment. And control select the two faces, and we're going to be parallel. All right, so those look pretty good. We're ready to bring in the jaw. Okay, and it sort of looks like these are, but probably not. So let's go ahead and rotate this about X. We'll rotate it about Y. So I'm not seeing that it is symmetric, but I don't, I'm not picking up any clues other than we need to align to the whichever one is the top hole. So we'll go ahead and go concentric. Just going to do a quick kind of width check. They look like they're the same. Well, let's do a quick measure. I was going to say we could apply the width mate and go that route, but we're 0.5, 0.5. All right, so I should be able to just get away with a coincident here. All right, and then that is able to move back and forth that way. And that face then is given 62 degrees off of the horizontal. So we will go with the angle, go 62, flip the, nope, I don't think I wanted to do that. That looks pretty close. We're gonna need to double check it though. Let's go to the right view or the left view, but yeah, I'm not seeing anything too terrible with that. So just kind of error checking as I go along and hoping I got it figured out. All right, so let's go ahead and insert the bolt, and we're going to need a couple of bolts. So that one has a mate reference. Interesting. So the mate reference, as I hover over these, is going to snap into place and allow me to get those two mates, at least initially, just from that mate alignment. So it kind of looks, yeah, they're doing a parallel thing. So this will give me a chance to throw in the multi. So let's try, we're going to select the bolt, hold down the control, drag it, and this is where we figure out how contortionist our fingers are. I let go, it does the snap, and then this, and this. Let's see what we get if we go into the mate. All right, so in the mate types, we need to be a standard, and we have this other little icon that is multiple mate mode. And now I want to be parallel. So which one did it pick? I don't like the order, so I would have been better off not pre-selecting anything on that. So the face that we want to be parallel to first, and then the faces of the objects that we want to be parallel after. So that is interesting that it moved that down for me when the holders didn't have anything to do with that. All right, so what did it tell that one to do? Okay, so we didn't want the 62 degrees. Oh, I picked the wrong one. So there should have been another angle in there. There we go. Make sure I'm getting the right one. Okay, so that puts me back into the orientation. Okay, let's go with the holders. Oh, I guess I need one more of the bolts or the nuts to go onto this. So insert component, And probably going to have to make the same assumption. I don't see any detail for the nut, but let's see if they give a nope. Well, it found the in there, so there was jumping around. I'm probably wasting more time trying to find that mate reference than just going ahead and accepting it. All right, so select the nut, drag it in. All right, that one went pretty quick. And then we're dragging it over to the other hole so that it can figure that out. So we want to do the multi-mate again. We're going to be parallel, and then I'm going to pick the two faces, and hopefully it doesn't jump this time. And we're going to go ahead and accept. All right, so the time saver here is that I'm going to grab the holder through, and we want to do a circular component pattern. Since all of these are going to maintain the same angle, not in real life, it would be flopping all around, as if you've ever used one of these things. I do want equal spacing, I do want 3, and then any cylindrical, center of a cylindrical would work. All right, so let's go ahead and save this, since that's a little more than I would want to do over if I had something happen. All right, so let's see, we had the 0, 4.51, and 0. So let's see what we get, and then we'll go through the couple of ways to manage this. All right, so minus 5.23, interesting number. All right, and just the fact that it's minus tells me that the origin up here probably was not the way to go. All right, so with the origin that way, let's go back to our reference geometry, and we're going to set up a secondary coordinate system. All right, so the point is going to be at the tip. That pulls up the x, y, and z, but the x-axis, let's see if it'll let me have planes. So I'd like the x-axis to lie along that face. Let's see which one. So that's still kind of aligns, but with that being 0, 0, I probably will go ahead and take it rather than fight it, but we will go ahead and see. That kind of lines along that jaw. I don't know that that's going to make any difference, but that coordinate system gets added, then I'll be able to go in, evaluate mass properties, and we're going to report to coordinate system, and that just made it worse, 5.02, but at least it's in the right direction now. Oh, and my holder's reversed again. Interesting. Okay, so let's edit the feature, and I haven't really seen it do that. So apparently those parallels. Yeah, I'm not sure why the parallel was throwing that in there. All right, so 5.74. So let's see, if the coordinate system is going that way and I reversed it, I would like the coordinate system going along that side, but let's just go ahead and remove those. Let's see, the z-axis would really... Okay, well that's in reference to the triad, so let's see what that looks like. 5.74. All right, well I still don't know where the origin is, and so the other option here, and I'm going to go ahead and, well, let's go ahead and solve for 9.4. Before I go too far into that, distance and angles, so they're going to increase the distance to 4.2 and 148. So again, I should be able to identify those angles little quicker in the list here. So 148, and then angle 2. Oh, I gotta identify it in there. It's kind of hard to see. So, did they give us a new one? 83. All right, and then the first distance, 4.2. All right, so let's go ahead and rebuild. So that kind of brings everything in. And let's go back to the mass properties. 5.41, the 0, 4.85. Yeah, and coordinate system 1 is still selected. All right, so unless there's something going on with my selections, again, I'm not really seeing it, but not having a good sense on the what's going on with the origin in the first place. It could be somewhere else. So if we float this, our choice is to go through and add another sequence of mates. So let's go front plane to front plane and coincident, and right plane to right plane. Okay, make sure I'm holding down the control button, right plane to right plane, and then we're going to go tip to the top plane, coincident. All right, we'll throw a rebuild in there just to make sure, but I expect to, oh, that's interesting, 3.38. Okay. Oh, and my order's reversed again. Okay, so unexplained what's going on with that one. All right, so let's try the angle holder, flip the dimension again, rebuild it, and mass properties 4.85. That one was the 5.41. So, yeah, interesting. Okay, so some different strategies, being able to manipulate these. If you see it on the screen and you're doing the error checking, for the exam, it's kind of a different set of rules, but we're getting the center of mass. A lot of times we'll get a dimension, like what is the dimension from here to here, or some number somewhere. And so there'll be some different things that get asked, but at this point I'm seeing this as pretty functional, so we're going to have to call it good.